we're back. Hello, and welcome to Life in a Conch Shell. This is my first video, and I'm very nervous, so bear with me, but I am also very excited to start this channel. I've been wanting to start a channel for a really long time, and I had all these ideas in my head of I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, no one's gonna watch that, no one's gonna watch this. And I just decided just go for it, mainly because of a lot of you guys out there that I watch your booktubes. I watch pretty much a whole bunch of stuff. How to color, how to draw, how to paint, how to crochet, how to do all these things. And basically I just kept hearing, just do it. Just go out, do your video, who cares what the first one looks like. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I also have some friends here to kind of help me along, which is my favorite little Hello Kitty, and hopefully they'll give me some good energy so I can keep talking to you guys. So one of the things that I looked at was questions of new booktubers and like the newbie tag, and there's, I think they said 7 questions, but kind of going into 10 questions now, and so I figured that I will just answer them and see, you know, how I go. I didn't write anything down. I wrote the questions down, I didn't write the answers down, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so I guess we'll get into it and see how it goes. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? Why did I start this channel? Honestly, I started this channel because I love books, I love learning, and I love toys, I just love a lot of things. I love Pop-Tarts. I don't know if that's relevant, but yeah, so I just wanted to start this channel because I really enjoy talking about books, and I don't really have a lot of people to talk to, and I don't know if my husband's sick and tired of hearing about all the books, even though he's really good and listens. But I also wanted to meet a lot of people, and not only just people around me, but all over the world. I really want to know what kind of books that you read, and so the best way to get connected is here on YouTube. So I figured, why not? Let's try to do it. Let's try to make some friends, and that's why I started the channel. So let's go on to the next question. Okay, so question number 2. What are some of the fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? I really think a lot of the things that I can bring to BookTube is that I don't want to just talk about books. I want to talk about a whole bunch of things, and mainly learn a lot of things too. I want to get a lot of your feedback as well, so you can say, hey, you know, I just learned about how to plant roses. I don't know, but I found this really great book and it taught me all these cool things, and so like that, and then I want to see how it goes as well. So those are kind of the things that I can bring, as well as not just talking about like a certain kind of genre, I guess you could say. I love learning about so many different things. One of my book hauls that I did one time, I told my mom, and she was like, you're kind of like a Renaissance girl. You just like everything and want to learn about everything. And I think that's what I can bring to this channel, is like I just want to like explore new things and try new things, and I want to do it with you guys. And so I feel like that's one of the, I guess, main unique thing that I want to bring to this channel and to the book world. Okay, so question number 3. Question number 3 says, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, I think the most exciting thing is really meeting new people, and even though it's when we're talking, or when I'm talking, it's kind of one-sided. I hope that you guys write a lot of things in the comments, because I really would love to talk and go back and forth. And really the most exciting thing is just talking to people from around the world. I really want to know what you're reading in your country and what's fun and exciting there. Maybe not just books, but like really cool things. I just watched some booktuber who did embroidery, and I'm like, whoa, I want to try this. So I think that's what I want to do. And also maybe by bringing something to you guys, maybe you'll be like, whoa, that's really cool too, I want to do that too. So that's what I'm most excited about. And so let's go on to the next question. So question number 4. Why do you love reading? Oh, I wanted to make this video really short. So all the reasons why I love reading. Honestly, just learning new things, being in your own world. One of the reasons why I called the channel Life in a Conch Shell is because really for books, you're really doing it on an individual basis. Except if you get like a book club, which would be really awesome to do, which I would love to do on the channel. But really it's individual, and I feel like sometimes I'm in my own little shell, and I love conch shells. And so I feel like that's where I live a lot of times, is in my own little world, and my own little world is changing every single book, and I think that's what's the most exciting thing about reading books. So that's number 4. So let's go to question number 5. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? Honestly, I don't remember. I think I feel like I started reading when I was really young, and I didn't really read well, and so my dad would always make me read to him at night, and so we would constantly reading so many different books. And you know, you start when you're really young, and you start doing like chapter books, and then I was like, wow, I'm like a big girl now, I'm reading chapter books. And you know, you start getting more and more into different genres and things like that. But honestly, I don't really know what book or series. I just remember thinking when I was reading, like, wow, this is like a whole new world that I can do by myself. I guess I was more of an introvert than I really thought I was when I was young, but I just love being in my own world and creating new stories. And yeah, so I think that sums it up. I know it's not really a specific book or series, but I think I was just young and just loved reading. It was just put you in your own little world. Alright, so let's go on to the next question. Okay, so question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would say my question would be, how do some of you read so many books? I see some of you guys and I'm just like in awe, because they have like a huge haul of books, and they're like, I'm gonna read this by the end of the week, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't think I could do that. If I get like through one book in 1 week, I'm like, yes. So yeah, that would be my question. 2, how do you edit? Like I said, it's my first video, so this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think it's gonna be crazy to think how this one goes and how my like 20th video goes, and I really hope it's like, whoa, completely different and not like, no, it's the same thing. So yeah, that would be another question. So let's go on to the next question. So question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think it's the criticism, I guess, that a lot of times I see on people's channels. And I watch people that I'm just like, I watch the the video and I'm like, wow, that's really awesome and all that, and then like I see a few people write like, oh, that was a stupid video, or why did you talk about that book? It's like that book is so old, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to cope with that. My hope is that I'm going to cope with it, but I'm just a little nervous of how that might go. So yeah, that would be something I'd like to overcome. I guess another challenge would just be putting out really good content and doing something that I really enjoy putting out there, because I think that sometimes I've watched some of you talk about how you've kind of strayed from like things that you really enjoy and that you really love to do, but you know, the numbers and algorithms and all these things and subscribers can really get to you. So I hope that I can overcome that challenge, because I don't want to get caught up in that. I want to just put out things that I really enjoy talking about, and I really hope that, you know, you guys really get to enjoy that too. And I just want it to be a really fun community. I want us to talk back and forth, and you know, be on my 5th video and someone writes a comment, I'd be like, oh yeah, you wrote on my first video, I really appreciate you coming back and talking to me again. So yeah, just I guess overcoming that challenge as well. Okay, so I guess these are like extra questions, but they kind of seem to like go with the other questions, so let's see how they go. Okay, so question number 8 is, when did you start reading? So I guess it did go back to another question, was when I was really young, I just started reading, and a lot of it was because I couldn't read well, and so my parents noticed that from a young age, and so they just really got into reading with me, learning how to read books, like, you know, the books that like kind of show you how to phonetically and break down things and all that, how to get it, and then they got me a tutor and stuff like that. So it was just really at a young age that I started doing that. Question number 9 is, where do you read? Right now, I'm in my bedroom, and I basically read anywhere that I can. I used to read a lot when I was in the car. I don't know why, but as I got older, I can't read in the car anymore. It makes me really sick, which really sucks. But yeah, I can't do that. But I pretty much read anywhere. And I don't know about any of you guys, but do any of you buy purses that you can fit books into? Like, if I see a really cool purse but it's pretty small, I won't buy it, because I'm like, there's no way I can fit a book in there. So most of the time when I buy purses and stuff like that, it's because I gotta make sure that I can fit a book. That also goes with what book I will take that day, because depending on where I can fit it, that will also depend on what book I take. So yeah. Okay, so the last question is question number 10. Okay, this is, I guess, a big question. What kind of books do you like to read? Well, I think I can say, yeah, I read every kind of book. I try to. I did have some of my books that I wanted to show you, and maybe a sneak peek of what's going to go on in January. So, like, I love YA books, I love sci-fi books, I love mystery books and fantasy books, and I love learning books, meaning like I just ordered a book about chakras because I was like, man, I always wanted to learn about chakras, so I ordered that. There was a Taoism. I always wanted to learn about Taoism. I got this one, which I'm really excited about, is can you guys see that? Dorothy Must Die book. That looks really awesome. This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's called With Violets. It's an art history kind of book. It's kind of like a fiction book, but kind of non-fiction. So I'll explain later because I'll be reading that. House of Salt and Sorrow. Just a whole plethora of books, I can say. I love mangas. I love comics. So that will be another thing. So we'll be reading Sailor Moon, Curl. I just picked this up. This was actually, it's a comic book. It was a trade. It did have individual ones, but I couldn't keep up on them, so I just had to buy the trade. Love this book. I'll just do a quick flyby, but it's just so pretty. All the colors, I love them. And then one that I absolutely love is Monstrous. Can you see that? Monstrous? And don't worry guys, I will get better at lighting and all of this stuff, but Monstrous is such an awesome comic. So we'll talk about that. And yeah, it'll just be a lot of things that we're going to talk about. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions. I hope you guys subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of cool things. I like started this kind of journal of like things that I want to talk about, and like I feel like in the middle of the night I'm like, let me write this down because I really want to talk about it with you guys. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Again, this is life in a conch shell, and I hope you guys enjoy all this fun stuff we're gonna talk about. So see you guys later. Bye. Okay, everything's set up and now I don't know how to get in. Ah! Don't hurt the books. Okay. No books were harmed. Okay.